Doug Collins, who is a pretty good defender in his own right, how he would defend Michael Jordan.
If I had to play Michael Jordan, the one thing I would not want to do is try to promote any kind of challenge with him. The guy thrives on challenges, and I would sort of like let him quietly get his without getting everybody else all stirred up. When he is challenged, he gets to another level that I've never seen any other player get to.
Team Swish, y'all already know who it is. Your boy Nick Swish, bringing you guys a video that I've never really done these type of videos before, but I've kind of, ventured into it because I just wanted to give you guys some content before NBA 2K21, the full game drops. And y'all know I'm gonna be on MYCAREER, giving y'all videos damn near daily, as much as I can. So in the meantime, I'm making some videos for you guys on like some how-tos, like how to build certain players up. And today's test subject was the Last Dance version of Michael Jordan. Basically, Michael Jordan in, I'm gonna say maybe his last 3 years with the Chicago Bulls. So with this build, I decided to go this route because I felt as though, these were Jordan's best years. I guess you could say, like, I don't want to say as a shooter, but like his best shooting years. Because everybody knew Jordan had a mid-range from the get-go. That was never in question, no, at all. Like he's had a mid-range since he started playing basketball, I feel like. But more so towards the end of his career is when he started, shooting threes more. He started emphasizing that mid-range game even more than he already had, and he shot such high percentages from there. So I decided to go with pie chart that emphasized a little bit more on the shooting side. And then I was kind of looking at it, I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try something, maybe I can get an extra finishing badge. But it turns out that wasn't the case. So I put the ratings on offensive rebound, and once I did that, it gave me an extra defensive badge. Now, when I realized that I only had 6 defensive badges, I was kind of questioning this build. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, Jordan was older at this point, and he wasn't a bad defender at all, but he was older, so obviously he's not going to be able to, do the same things that he was as a defender when he was younger, like when he won Defensive Player of the Year in 1988. But it's okay, 6 defensive badges, I feel like that's good enough. So I was going to go with 6'6", that didn't work out because of, the drops in ratings. I was like, nah, I don't want to keep stripping his ratings down too much. I went with 215 because that's the closest to his weight. I believe he actually was around 215 when the Last Dance era of his career was happening. And then when I got to the wingspan, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, this is a part where either you want to make it realistic and the most like Jordan, because Jordan is 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan, so that's about 83 inches. It's whether you want to make it realistic and improve some of your defensive ratings a little bit, or if you prefer to cater more towards your shooting and maybe your ball handling and stuff like that. So I went just a little bit above, I guess you could say the average wingspan or whatever they call it. I guess the mean wingspan, same thing. But I did that, and then I went with the shot creator takeover. I felt like that was best. Now look at what they called me, a mid-range finisher. If that doesn't define Michael Jordan for damn near his whole career, I don't know what does, bro. Like, Of course, he was a two-way mid-range finisher if you want to put a real title on it, but the man was so perfect in his craft when it came to that mid-range jump shot. Nobody could stop him when he was going to the rim. He was hell of a finisher at the cup. It's just like Jordan is such a hybrid player of so many different, prototypes that you literally cannot make the perfect Jordan build. But I did my very best to give you guys the closest to what I felt was the Last Dance version of Michael Jordan. So with that being said, I'm on his badges now, and some of these badges, like I said, these are things that you guys can tweak yourselves based on your play style if you guys decide to make this build. I feel like it's going to be a good build. I'm going to test it out myself when the full game comes out. And I have 3 bronze badges for finishing. And, I mean, bronze for finishing for Michael Jordan at this time isn't too far-fetched because, like I said, he was older. He wasn't as much of a high flyer. Like, he still dunked. And, I mean, that's not really saying much because he had really big hands. And he has really long arms, so of course he was able to dunk with a little bit of athleticism from his prime that he still did have. So now we're on to the shooting badges. Your boy got him with Hall of Fame deep fades. You know how Jordan was with that fadeaway. It makes so much sense. Soda's clutch shooter, difficult shots, flexible release, and pump fake maestro. And I had to put tireless shooter on because of the simple fact that, just watching The Last Dance and just watching Jordan highlights, period, there have been games, especially the flu game, there have been games where Michael Jordan looked like he was dead tired from carrying that Chicago Bulls team on his back throughout that game, and he was still hitting the clutch shots to keep his team afloat and win his team the game. That's just the definition of a GOAT to me. Like, if you can put the team on your back at any given moment and go out there and win a game, then hey man, you the GOAT to me. That's all I'm gonna say. But these are his playmaking badges. I put him on with post spin technician. He was a post up player. And I feel like he ultimately set the tone for 2 guards of the future. You look at a guy like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, and then you look at a guy like Dwayne Wade. These are 2 guards, and funny enough, I believe they're the top 3 2 guards of all time. They are 2 guards after Michael Jordan. That post-spin technician badge, I feel it's only right. So for the defensive badges, I went with gold clamps, I went with bronze pickpocket, and I went with silver tireless defender. The reason I went with silver tireless defender over silver pickpocket is because with the lack of defensive badges, the number of them, I feel like tireless defender is more essential to keeping his fatigue, from building up. I don't want my player to get as tired, and I feel like if you guys make this build, maybe you'll think the same way. But if not, it's up to y'all at the end of the day. I just wanted to make this how-to video for you guys. It's my first one, and I will have a couple more coming this upcoming week. So make sure y'all leave a like and subscribe, man. Shop at my stores, my family store, my store. I'm going to leave the links in my description, and I'm out. Peace.